Right, looked into it, Rose,
Yeah.
and we have negotiated with the brewery and got a good deal from them, and it's a 3-year deal, and that's why we can keep his beer so low. There's no subsidies or anything like that on his beer, it's just the deal that we've got with the brewery.
It seems funny though, Karen, we can't get it, and yet we use the same brewery.
Right, we probably need to negotiate it
So
better.
I'm going to mention that.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask Karen, I've asked the question before, so, you know, what's happened to the mugger court that was taken off the skateboard park? Because I've noticed on his travel down, there's one going up to Sugarwood and there's one at Bowlesover. Where is the one from Clowne? You know, with the young people that are knocking about now, I know it's not going to solve the problem, but where is it?
The mugger was originally put in by Bolsover District Council, and I think the day-to-day management and operation was done under some sort of a management agreement with Clowne Parish Council along with the skate park. Bolsover District Council, I believe, because it was before I started, sold that parcel of land, and I think they've since built on there. They've recovered all the various bits of the mugger, so the side walls and the end goals, with the intention of reinstating that somewhere. The question is, because it's a full-size mugger, not everywhere is appropriate, and I think there's been some difficulty in establishing a suitable place. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, the parish council threw several ideas, one of which was on Clowne Street. But with it being a full-size arrangement, it does need quite a bit of land, relatively flat, relatively well drained, and I think that's been the sticking point. So Bolsover District Council will relocate the mugger. For those that don't know, mugger multi-use gate, they've got all the kit in storage. The issue that we've got is where to put it, and that's where it's sort of stuck at the moment.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't, it's no, I appreciate what you're saying, because, you know, it is other than Clowne Street, but there's more and more buildings, we're getting more and more, I mean, small children grow up, and the number of young people that's hanging about streets, because there's nowhere for them to go. There's no good sidelining the issue, it's attacking it head on, you've got to find somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, or is it, has it already been used in one of these other areas?
Yeah.
Don't think it has. What I can do, Chair, with the council's permission, I can write to them and say, look, at Parishioners Forum, parishioners were really raising concern about facilities for young people, quite rightly, and they've lost this. There's not been, can you give it some urgency, please? Because ultimately it's for them to drive it forward, because it was their facility originally. They sold the land to accommodate the houses.
Just t-shirts and all.
Yeah, and another question, it's on a similar thing, what's happened to the Tommies, the soldiers?
Oh, they've been put into storage.
Why?
Because they're quite flimsy, and because of the wind that we get, especially up on near that Barber Road bit, it was bending it over. So we put them in storage so that we can bring them out again for next year.
Because other places have still got them on site, you know, and I'm just thinking if
If
it is a, you know, health and safety thing, perhaps a structural engineer's report.
Well, it's not health and safety, it's just that
it's what they're made of as well.
we purchased them through the British Legion, because obviously that's the recognised licence
I
of
brought this to show
Bolsover District Council.
that these figures are on the road to Passchendaele. They're about 10 foot tall.
Yeah.
They're solid.
Yeah.
And they're there permanent.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, you know, how come we can't manage just down for the Tommies? Do we need structural engineers reports?
Yeah, I think
Fixing them in or not?
Because they have on the concrete bases, they've got the concrete bases in there,
They're
Our
permanently in
Shrewsbury's.
there, and then it's dropping them in.
But it's just the actual,
I will, again, if that's all right, Chair,
Yeah.
I'll raise it with Bolsover District Council because, they, you know, again, they purchased them, they're theirs,
They've been purchased.
they're in storage.
How have they been paid? By 106 money?
Yeah, put the percent for R
What
106.
they've done in other places, but the same thing, they've had a 1-inch steel bar
Yeah,
put straight into the concrete
right.
and then fastened the Tommy
Yeah.
door so they don't flap about.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done in
but
other
like
places.
straight to the middle of the
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, straight at the middle, so it doesn't take any,
I-
it's not unsightly to them at all.
Right.
I have seen some Tommies at Nether Langworth and they were solid.
Yeah.
They weren't sort of the outline silhouette. But I don't think that they were from British Legion, whether they had them made.
That's what they are down there.
Where's that at?
They're actually.
Passion
we're on-
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. There's it's like a soldier for every allied, you know, country, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, British, Scotland.
Council
And they're
wants
about
me.
10 foot tall, you know.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
They just, the other.
yeah. Yeah, they're very nice though.
And that's the other thing, photograph, there's seating
They
for the memorials, which would be a,
In the seats.
Right, while we're having a look at these, is there any other questions?
Or just as follow up to that, I will, as part of the same email, I will ask the question because they were purchased through the percent for art at Bolsover District Council. That's managed by Leisure, and obviously the multi-use games area and team shelter thing is Leisure as well. So I'll put it all in one email to them and ask, can we have the Tommies all around, and if they need a bit of extra strengthening, can you make that happen? If that's the collective will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
Karen, can I go back to the bar?
Yeah.
You know, is the bar subsidised? Your bar's not subsidised.
No, it's not subsidised.
No, no,
No,
the bar.
the bar's not subsidised.
Well, only I keep having these questions because I'll be as
Yeah,
on
it's just that
Why
they've
I-
got a good
yeah.
deal with the brewery. It's a 3-year deal.
a
And
3-year deal.
and we've got a good deal, and that's why we can do it
It's
at
with
the prices we
Carlsberg
do.
UK,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
but it was agreed by
What
council.
was our beer when you say our beer, Rose? Our beer?
Liberal. Liberal. Yeah, we've got, well, they put the price up, so Liberal put it up. But
We've got any more questions?
Kids that yours not gone up.
No? I quite like those seats. Oh,
Well,
they're
it's
very
in
nice,
there.
aren't
I'll have a
they?
look at those
yeah,
after that.
yeah.
Nice, aren't they?
I don't know how much they are, where they get from, but I'm sure they'll be on internet somewhere.
Yeah.
There's one I know there's one firm in Scotland.
They were at Passchendaele, were they?
I think that
If you want
something similar.
Royal British Legion.
There's one or two in some councils there.
I say, you can keep the photograph if you want, because I've got others that want to, you know.
Put Tommy's up.
Well, it's photographic on. You can see it. All right.
Also District Council.
I'll have a look after.
Me and John Dawson have come up, it's still been on. Put that wheel up.
Whether it's up there,
I think it's just the flimsiness of the how they are, isn't it?
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
problem.
it's tubeless steel rather than
Yeah.
solid.
No more questions then? I'd like to end Christmas forum and we'll start. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody. Well, we can have a look on that if you want. Try them. But yeah, we'll have a look at that, Margaret, and have a look.
Just have a look at those
And have a look at the
seats.
nuggets as well. Yeah, can just see if I can look at.
Yeah, we can keep the
Can have a look at something like that and see what they are. For the more and
Worst case, I'll get to Passchendaele with the Town Zones Commission. Yeah, they
sandboxes telling around
So where did you get to in Australia?
Actually,
Originally, there was supposed to be sitting there, and then they decided that it
Yeah, of course.
anti-social behaviour.
Are you going out, do you still see Rose? Are you going for that lady tonight? She's after the lady at the Rose Town.
Oh, she said, yeah. Originally,
Is it
not woman.
That's spiritual.
Yeah,
that's full.
Which if they want to go out.
Yeah, I got a message from her.
I haven't seen her since
On home colours, off the doors.
I said, okay.
It's there permanently.
should be Janet to come.
I don't think one thing to do.
I would have put Janet. No.
It's the lady wants to come.
Say I haven't had any cash for anyway. I haven't had any cash for anyway.
Just about half an hour's drive away. You hit it a little bit more, then you find where they are. Derek?
Good evening. Very well.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's very much, that's the painting of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, since that accident down the road, can't we have some traffic lights for up, like we've got across the Nag? You know, can't we have no like that?
Down to county council. It's up to, that's up to them, right?
Because, I mean, it's disgusting down there. I mean, you can't even see where you've got to cross, because there's no paint on it. Obviously, hardly.
No, she's not here.
You
Do you know who it was, Rose? Rose.
Yeah,
no.
Does everybody know who it was?
Yes, near over the right council of this.
And the other one that gets me,
Don't pass it on.
that's got Matt Flood. And with the season going in the parks next to it, and you can't get an angle into the woman of the They're not coming
Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all to the parish council meeting for February. I'd like to open the meeting. So first on the agenda is apologies for absence.
Had two chair. I've got Councillor D. Oxspring and Councillor E. Burgess.
Councillor Steve Smith and his vice chair, and Councillor Anne Leslie sends her apologies. It's coincided with Barbara.
Item 2, can I have confirmation that the attendance register has been signed?
Yeah. I'm not putting his apologies in, but we'll assign it up. Yes, apologies in.
Item 2 is the declaration of interest all been signed by everybody who needs to sign it. Yeah. Thank you.
Are there any notifications of any? Yeah.
Yeah.
applications and any dispensation? No? Item 5 on the agenda, confirmation of the next, signing of the minutes.
Chair.
For the council minutes which was held on the 7th of January.
There's a matter of inaccuracy on page 9 at the bottom, 15118. It inaccurately says what I suggested. What I actually suggested was that the clerk and the manager, Joanne, be put on our licence.
Okay.
It's not sufficient for the bar manager to have her own licence, because I had one up to a year ago. But we need those three people, myself, the bar manager and the clerk, putting on. We have to apply to North East, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
But what it should say is that 2 people needed to go on. The clerk and the bar manager.
Chair. Just a point of clarification and correction. At 14918, the clerk clarified a number of points, actually several questions in relation to the schedule of credits of accounts. At that point, Councillor Walker challenged the council and the clerk with regards to Kerry Carless being the acting assistant clerk, and that's where it was.
What number, Carl?
On 14918, it says the clerk clarified a number of points and answered several questions in relation to the schedule of credit of accounts. You, Ross, questioned how Kerry Carless had been made acting assistant clerk, right? Just for some point of clarification and accuracy, in April 17, this council appointed Kerry Carless acting assistant clerk. That was at the full council meeting that Abby Brown's coordinated, and Councillor Walker attended that meeting and voted in favour of that action. So it's just making sure that people are clear that Steve, and it was before Steve came, has done nothing untoward. All right? There was no breach of financial regulations and no breach of standing orders, Chair. Just let people be aware of that.
Are you saying that our challenging that there was a financial regulation?
You're not saying that you challenged the
That's the
challenge.
question.
What?
That's the question, that's
No,
not
that was your challenge, Ross.
That's the challenge.
Well, I thought it, but she was a point of accuracy, Chair.
You're not putting challenges in there.
But it were raised.
Doesn't need to put it in. If you made a question, you've got your answer now.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
I'll just answer it properly. Thank you.
Can I move for the minutes I know?
Second.
move
Oh,
Yeah, move them.
Yeah.
Sorry, who moved?
I move.
Yeah, thank you.
I've got a seconder.
Second, Chair.
All in favour? All against? Thank you. Item 6 on the agenda, the post-time date of the next council meeting will be the 4th of March at the community centre, 6:30 for British Forum and 6:45 for council meeting.
Just have a move a second.
Move
I
that.
have removed that.
That's
Yeah,
Councillor Reed
seconded.
I'll second it.
I've got 2.
Yeah, whichever.
Yeah, I'll put Councillor Walker's on there. And then just need the vote.
All in favour? All in favour.
Thank you.
Item 7 on the agenda. Just a reminder to councillors that the next Borough Board Committee meeting is to be held on Monday the 25th of February at the Community Centre, starting at 6 p.m.
That's a good question. Can please ask that if the meeting is cancelled, that I am informed this time? I wasn't informed last time. Or halfway up station there was somebody asked me where we're all going, and I came to you and you said, oh, apologise, Alan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I thought I did email. Whether I used right email, I don't know. It's available. Apologies if you didn't get the
No, I didn't.
you didn't get the memo.
No.
Sorry.
Moving on to agenda 8, reports from council from outside bodies. So Derbyshire County Council, I'm afraid that Mrs. Councillor Weston isn't here. Yes, Councillor
I'd like to ask the council whether the question I'm going to ask is Derbyshire County Council or for the police, whichever. If it's for the police, that the council get in touch with them. At the request of a lady that goes up to the June infant school every day to pick her grandson up, she requested that I went up with her. I went up, and the parking, to say the least, is out of this world. And to me, pavements are for walking on, roads are for driving on. The cars are half and half, and what she told me is that there's been 1 or 2 near misses where children are walking down the pavement, then they're having to cut through to get onto the road, and cars are swinging round and taking off. Well, I'm not jumping on no bandwagon over what happened last week, but I'm just stating that the parking up there is atrocious. Now, is it a Derbyshire County Council matter, or can we send something to the police along the lines of an accident waiting to happen sort of thing?
It is county council, and it would help if the lady made the same complaint as you obviously made, but make it to the county council, because they tally up the number of complaints that they've got to see what the seriousness is, and so therefore when somebody comes to you and says, you know, will you report it, you're better off getting them to report it and then you're reporting it as a councillor, because then it doubles the thing. Similarly with all other people.
that's right.
I don't know if anybody's been up there and seen what it's like and throwing out time. It's horrendous. Ring a Lane, King Street.
I think what Alan's asking us to do is we can write a letter to council, to the police, and ask them to investigate it as well. So we can.
I'd advise you though to make it more effective, Ross.
Can I finish? Excuse me. Can I propose a motion that we send a letter to the police?
Motion's has to be right 7 days before. You can ask the council, Ross.
Can I ask the council, so I'm being refused to motion? Can I ask the council?
I haven't finished.
I haven't finished. I haven't finished.
You can't
Just want a bit of advice, that's all.
I haven't finished.
Just bear with me.
I've given you advice that you were listening to them and you just didn't.
Yes, Councillor Reid.
Yeah. Try to support Councillor Walker what he's proposing. If the council write a letter to Derbyshire County Highways and to the police will come back and say it's an enforcement issue, which is county highways anyway. So if we write a letter to county highways to look at it, it is something that's been looked at for years and years. It's about educating parents to walk the kids to school rather than drive them 20 yards. Because the classic one is there used to be a guy off Clowne Street used to drive his daughter to the infant school, park up, take him to school, come out and then go to work. Why couldn't he just let his car outside Clowne Street?
He might be disabled.
He wasn't disabled, all right? Oh, he wasn't, Ross. So why are you trying to put something as a negative? I'm trying to support you. Either work with us or work against us. What line are you going down
Chair,
now?
I'm not having that. That's an official complaint, Steve.
Councillor Walker.
It's not an official
Can I have order on the council, please?
I'm not being told.
You can't
Yes,
vote.
Councillor.
So,
Excuse me.
yeah, carry on.
Yes,
I'm not being talked to like that.
If you've got an issue, put it in writing to me.
Right.
No, Chair, through you,
Thank
Chair.
you.
He writes to you as Chair, not to Steve
Yeah.
Spark.
It's
He's
fine.
the
Yeah.
advice.
I've just been advised by the proper officer.
No.
To that.
No, you
You're
can't
right.
be
Yeah.
advised by the
So like I say then, is it a road traffic offence then to park on a pavement?
No, I think it would be, wouldn't you, Alan? But we're not
It's just-
in that time,
yeah.
remember? And they said unless you're blocking the actual carriageway, highway, which is the pavement and all the road, it's not an offence, which surprised me, and it drives
It
me
used to be
nuts.
years ago, but now it's not because it's too much
Yeah,
paperwork.
it's not done by the police anyway.
No.
So,
It's Councillor Walker.
so which road are we going to go down then? Are we going to write to the police or write to Derbyshire County Council?
I think you just have to do both.
Carl's just made them.
The issue is, parking, through you, Chair, is a Derbyshire County Council highways matter. This is not a police. Enforcement of parking is not Derbyshire Constabulary's role. That has gone to the County Council. So yeah, write to the police, but all they'll do is say, contact Derbyshire County Council's highways. So just send a letter, and I've moved it, support on that one, send a letter into Derbyshire County Council highways and ask them to come and have a look at it.
Right, thank you for that.
Thank
With
you.
a
And ask the lady to...
Yeah, and
Yeah,
get your lady to do it as well.
Carbon copy,
Can we send one to the police as well? I'm just
carbon
presuming that they're
copy
answering.
to unrest.
Sorry?
A carbon copy to
Oh,
unrest.
yes. Well, we could possibly
Well,
send one to...
there's no point.
There's no point, in one sense there's no point, but if you want to try and back it up
Yeah,
and send one
alright.
to the police,
Well, you send the letter.
then do
I'm
that.
asking as a council, Terry,
Yeah,
well,
no,
no,
but
but you just
I'm not so
presume.
sure you'll get agreement like that, because there's no point in complaining to the police. You've got a good chance of complaining to the police, but the council will just be fobbed up.
Yes,
We're not presuming, as Councillor Walker's just said,
Can't
it's the fact is that the Derbyshire Constabulary and through the government gave up the right to enforce parking. That enforcement went to Derbyshire County Council. They're the ones that you have to complain to around parking matters. All right, as I've just said.
I think the more people that can complain then, the better we are.
As I've just said, if you write to the Derbyshire Constabulary, all they'll do is pass it on to Derbyshire Highways. So just do it that way.
Can we even get something here like the school
Well, we've got school governor here, maybe a couple of
to
school
ring
governors.
to get
Maybe they'll do it
some
as well.
complaints from school?
I've started a declaration of interest, so I can't talk now.
I'm just saying, we've got school governors.
Can we send one to the police as well? It's a letter, and it's just going to two separate places. Maybe on somebody's desk who's actually interested in it. We're just
Okay.
presuming what their answer
We'll
is.
just send one. End of story.
Yeah,
What's yours?
cheers, Karen. Thank you.
Yeah, so just send one and then it's gone to bed.
If you would.
Right, moving on. Any more reports from Bolton District Council?
No.
Any police reports?
Police reports is in the
Send them, it's in the pack.
Right. Moving on, chair's report.
Do you want to move and second that, right, so there's a minute to that effect?
Yeah, I'm moving in.
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah,
second it.
in terms of writing to county and then
And
copying
to
police in.
yeah,
Make amendment to that, so that's to county.
Yeah,
yeah.
so I need a move and second.
Seconder.
Second it.
So
Seconder, all
Councillor
in
Bailey,
favour?
Councillor Walker,
But we're voting on
Just to send a letter to the police and county council.
it. To send it to vote.
yeah.
All in favour? All against? Abstained?
It's all right.
So we need more motion then. Is it- So is that the counter motion just to send it to county?
Well, how many was it?
You've
One,
got,
two,
I can bring a coin top later when we're going out,
three.
because
How many was
you
there?
do need to tell
How many
the
was for it?
police, because
One,
they
two,
park
three,
out
four,
so
five.
you
Motion
will
carried.
curb, and that's against law.
Yeah, the motion was carried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Right, chair's
If
report.
it's not you, you're not allowed to.
Right, chair's report, public access defibrillators, just like to say that the two public access defibrillators made by the parish council has been erected to an external wall at the Ashley General Stores on Ashley Green, and the unit has been registered with East Midlands Ambulance. Just to say that a further 12 graves have been prepared at the cemetery as part of the council's contract with Turner and Wilson. The old school disco theme night, which took place on the 25th of January. Again, the event was well attended, and the next disco is to be held on Friday, 22nd of February. Regarding the Greenway, Derbyshire County Council is making good progress on clearing the former railway line through Clowne as part of the development of the local Greenway track network. Yes, Councillor.
As of last week they were supposed to have finished cutting back the trees. I approached one of the tree fellas and asked him about two sites what weren't going to be done. One's since been done, that's the footbridge down here, coming down here. There was a big tree next to it, overhanging the bridge, the footbridge, and it was dropping all the leaves in the autumn onto the bridge, and it were a potential accident. I've been in touch with Anna Chapman at Derbyshire County Council. That tree has been felled, and I've brought to her attention, and they're back this week, the tree fella, she says, we'll check. If there's any trees that have been left that we think ought to come down, they will come down. Well, the footbridge on Station Hill, as you're walking down Station Hill, on your right hand side at the bottom near the bungalow, there's a great big tree overhanging the bridge. Well, that's going to do the same, drop all the leaves onto the bridge. You get a frosty day and you'll go straight down on your backside sort of thing. So she's sent an email to Steve, and Steve sent me the email. She has informed us that it will be looked at, and they will come back in. Any trees that haven't been felled that they think should be felled will be felled. And it's the one on the corner of the footbridge which is still there today. But I noticed they were back today down the line, so that one may come down.
Right, thank you. And just let people know that the footbridge on North Road has now been completed by the County Council.
Yeah.
And that's it, thank you.
We have to move and second the report. When you see the report, then aren't you?
You don't need to report.
Item 10 on the agenda, correspondence received by the council. So we've got a correspondence from Dalk, which you've got information in your pack.
Move that it be noted, Chair.
Yeah. Chesterfield Borough Council.
Move that it be noted if any members of the public want to go, put it up and tell them. It's 22nd February at 1700 hours.
It's the draft plan, which can be viewed at Chesterfield Borough Council. Yeah.
There's a second.
Yeah, can I second it on or not?
I'll do it.
All in favour? All against? Yeah. Agenda 11, correspondence received by the council for decision. So we've got Bolsover District Council. Joanne Tipton, the manager of the Extreme Wheels Roadshow, operated by Jonathan, operated by the council, has contacted the parish council about buying in a package of adventure-based and wheeled support activities for 2019.
Budget information on this.
I've got the information here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
This is part of, well, refer to budget here, to ask the question.
Yeah, okay.
So Richard Camps, who is the street scene coordinator of Bolsover District Council, has notified the parish council of the cost of emptying the waste bin opposite Shoreland News. The cost of emptying the bin last year, oh no, for this year, will be £176.46 plus VAT.
Move it to budget.
And
Can I ask a question there,
yeah,
please? Who decided we'd have one there? Did we decide it? Or did the people, the developers or whatever?
It's the one on parish council land. We decided to do it.
Right.
yes,
Okay.
Towers.
opposite
Towers.
Towers.
Yeah. The one on parish land.
Fine.
11.3 on the agenda, Clowne Gala Committee. Received a request from Joyce Hindley on the Secretary of Clowne Gala Committee asking for a contribution of £1,046.94p, including VAT, to hire 3 activities for young people, which includes the rodeo ball, airborne adventure simulator and laser quest.
Can I ask a question, Chair?
Questions on that?
Have we received, and it's financial information, so it can really go to an exempt item, but the question I would be asking is, have we received their financial statement of their accounts?
Yes.
Yes,
Right,
so we'll
it
put
goes
that into
finance.
exempt.
Yeah. Okay.
11.14, shall we put that one into exempt to
I think it's
counteract the
done
one?
already, isn't it?
You can't keep
No,
something
no,
to
it's-
exempt. No, you can't.
Well, we can't really
No.
talk on that if we haven't got
Well,
to talk on the other
No,
as
no,
well.
two
No,
separate
both.
bids, Chair.
Oh, right,
Two separate
okay.
bids.
That one shouldn't go into exempt either.
Right.
It should, because
Yeah,
we're talking
but-
about somebody's financial
Financial
status.
status.
This isn't a financial status, this is asking for
So it's the same
£250.
Gala Committee was asking for £250
Move that we
donation
donate
from
it,
Move it.
the wind farm.
when it's seconded it.
Yeah. All in favour?
Yeah.
All against? Abstained?
Can I ask through you, Chair, how much?
Yeah.
Well, no, 'cause he's, well, he's,
Yeah, it's got
yeah,
the
now
it's got the
voting.
interest on it.
Can I ask through you, Chair, how much we've got left in the Wind Farm Committee for the next meeting? Don't have to do it now.
No.
So don't. it's all in.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Can I just have to say, Chair, that
There's a point of order going on in here, because if you put down an interest in the Clowne Gala in the book, then you shouldn't vote on it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Who should vote on it?
I think we've put down Clowne Gala committee in the interest book.
Tony.
I've recorded that there's 2 abstained, including
Yeah.
Councillor Patterson.
They
No,
don't,
don't
they
abstain.
don't, they don't
Just
abstain,
don't vote.
because that's voting on it.
Yeah, we just
They
don't
don't
vote.
vote on it. That was my point.
You took no part in it.
Yeah, them two took no part.
No. Through you, Chair. Councillor Walker abstained.
I did not.
Oh, sorry, my apologies, Councillor Walker. Terry abstained.
Yeah.
Terry abstained, sorry.
Totally.
Through point of order, point of correction, Chair. Councillor Collins abstained. Councillor Patterson took no part in the debate, just to sign the declaration of interest
Yeah.
for clarity.
Mhm.
Or we'll get told us we're in
No,
trouble.
that's true.
Mhm.
Ross as well.
Well,
Took no part in it.
I'm not a member of the Gala Committee.
And
Why did you take it in about it?
you signed the interest book, haven't you?
What?
To that extent.
No, there's only me.
No, not at all. You're
No.
telling me that.
11.4, Bolton District Council, a notification has been received from Carl Apps regarding the future High Street funds. Now this is a fund that, as a village, we've attempted to try and get some funds from this Bolton District Council, but obviously the funds, if there are any, is only going to go to one village. So depending on who's put the
Only going to one, the decision will
well,
be
one
taken,
area, yeah.
through you, Madam Chairman, the decision will be taken by Bolzell District
Mm.
Council Cabinet, which will then go to full council, right? The bidding into it, and there's 25 million, well, between 5 and 10, so maximum 25, all right? The government,
But is it only going to one village?
it will, yes, Bolzell will have to choose one.
Choose which one it's going to go to.
Paraphrased it there for him.
Bolzell, Chair, can I just put a
But we
point
are
of
in-
order? A point of information, point of order. The clerk should not be consulting or talking to parish parishioners, all right?
Councillor, not parishioner.
Sorry, my apologies again. Don't know what you are sometimes. All
Point
right.
I know
of
what-
order, please.
Thank
Point
you.
of order.
Excuse
Thank
me.
you. Point of
Want
order.
That number, please, Steve. What do you mean you don't know what I am sometimes?
Classified as normal dance between councils.
No, it's not. I find it offensive and aggressive.
Point of order. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Point of order. All of you. Thank you.
Karen,
Thank you.
through you, Chair. I'm not having him talking to me like that twice in about 20 minutes. Could you just keep on top of it,
I
please?
will.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's not moving from that. That's just clarification, isn't it?
Any questions?
Yeah. No questions on that?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't got anything shovel ready or whatever. The Clowne Centre then. I mean, I don't think there's anything there that we could put forward and say, yes, we want to.
I think we have, haven't
Well,
we?
there was a thing in front of the, what was it?
Through you, Chair, the issue that we've got, the issue
Can
that
we
we've
have a
got,
point of order
Yeah.
here?
the issue we've
That's
got,
mine.
No,
Yeah.
you've done it again.
I'm doing it again. Just
Yeah, that's me.
So information through you, Chair, all right, is that we did look at, Steve's right, at doing something on the front of the Ashgate Hospice, as part of the regeneration framework. Because of the Clowne North development and the fact that we've been successful in pushing them to get another £1 million for infrastructure projects, all right, that one would be put to the side at this moment in time. That's what I've been told. So I'll give you this point of information.
right.
All right. If we can come up with any other schemes, you don't have to be sure we're ready at this time because you've got a period of about 9 months before you have to begin. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Is this the government fund that's been launched for future high streets? Or is it Bolzell District Fund?
it's a fund that's it's a national, it's like a fund, isn't it, where people have like dipped into it, but it's the money that's left over. Isn't it that?
It's government funding
Yeah.
that is being distributed across the country to look at regenerating high streets and those areas. It's a transformative, as it says. The fund is aimed at transformative capital projects that will generate town centres with local authorities able to bid between 5 and 10 million with a maximum cost of 25 for each project. And only one project will be done by the district.
By the district.
Don't we want to be putting something in about
Yeah.
that? What's
It's
the
already
council?
It's already in.
When did we put that in?
Gosh.
A year ago?
About a year ago. Yeah, would be a year back.
It was done as a town by council liaison with Westminster Chapman.
What shouldn't have that come to full council?
It did come to full
It
council.
did.
didn't it, Steve?
It's,
It did,
the
yeah.
only thing that we've expressed is doing the area in front of Domino's, regenerating that. You put money in the budget for it,
Yeah.
and you have discussed
And
and
doing the
agreed to
round
do
around
that.
Tesco's, wasn't it, and
Yeah.
High Street and stuff. It's
So-
already been discussed in council.
Let me just get this straight. So we've already applied for some of this money. Not
No.
to
No.
No.
what then?
Through you, Chair. Okay, this money is new money that's only just come available. The previous bid that we put forward, or expression of interest, not a bid, it was an expression of interest, was through the regeneration framework. This was because there was some money
That's the money that was left.
residual money that was left by the LEPs, which is a local enterprise partnership based at D2M2, which is Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire partnership. That money had to be spent by the 31st of March last year. Unfortunately, we were not successful on that one.
So this is like a new,
Yes, it's
a
a
new
different,
funding.
it's a different funding, Chair.
If it's the same fund I've been looking at, it's only just been released or about to be released?
So you, Chair, I don't know when we were notified, as Steve's got here, that the money's been just released. It's fresh money.
Our notified is on 18th of January.
But when I've looked at it, parish councils can apply for it as well, not just district. If it's the same fund.
It's got, the parish councils can apply for it, but they have to go through the district.
Yeah.
And the district will choose one bid, this all you're allowed through your chair, is one bid per local authority, i.e. the district council as being the planning authority.
So we have to put our bid in.
Well,
we put
what, as a parish?
we have put our
we put
interest in.
yeah, an interest, and it would need to, we would need to work that up if that bid, if that interest was chosen by the district, it
Yeah.
would be the one that goes forward.
Yeah.
What have we put through as an interest then? Have we put a package together to outline how we'd like this money to be spent in Clowne?
No, we've just
So
put an
this is
interest in.
Can I finish please? If that's all right. Is it okay?
You're asking a question, then you're asking a
No,
question.
no, I'm
Right.
asking the question.
Ask the question.
We're saying that this is for £5 million to £10 million and a maximum of £25 million for projects in local high streets. And all we've done is put an interest in.
That's what you can do at the moment.
Through you, Chair.
I'm-
Through you,
Wait a
Chair.
minute, that's what we can do at the moment. Put the interest in,
Right.
Bolsover District Council, but the interest in the fund. Then what happens is, District Council looks at all the interesting parties throughout the district, and then it's the District Council that then says which area is going to be
Right.
have this money. It's not going to be money that's going to be spent here, there, and
No.
everywhere. It might be Clowne, it might be Shirebrook, Kingston, it could be anywhere.
So we're saying that as opposed to we
Well,
can't
if-
apply for this money only through the
No.
district. And
Well,
then the
if the
district
district
decides to
say,
spend it.
if the district say to us, oh right, we're going to give you the money, Clowne, then we put a package and a project or whatever together.
How can district,
Because it's their,
I understand that, but what interest have we put in? What have we put in as an interest? Just put a letter, we are interested.
Through you,
Catherine.
Chair, at this moment in time, we've not put any interest in. What Carl
Sorry.
Ash has done, all right, is he's looked at the previous interest, because he's picked up the work that the officer was doing, and he's saying that's an interest, something that we could look at. There are others like Shirebrook Town Market Centre. There's stuff about Cresswell. I think Cresswell have got a bit in. When the council came to the Town and Parish Council meeting in November 2017, all right, they asked councils for interested things. We put ours forward, which we did it for the piazza, I think Steve called it. That went forward. We were then told that there was money, residual money available from the left. That money was...
Which we were going to try and get.
We didn't get.
No.
We weren't successful in getting that money. This is new money, and what Carl's trying to do is saying, look, if you've got it, you've already started to look at it, are you interested in wanting us to push it forward? But it was taken by history.
So, we put no interest in for this grant.
No, the interest that, because same as Councillor Reid saying, the interest that we had previously from the other fund, which we wasn't successful, that interest has now gone forward, which we can then build on if we get
I
the
understand
money from this
but
fund.
as a parish council, we've not had no debate or...
Well, we can't have anything, it's nothing to do with us. We've just put our interest
But
in,
we
and
haven't,
it's
you've
district
just carried an
council.
interest over from a previous bid. You've also just said that Crestwood's got a bid already in place.
No.
They've got an interest.
An
It's
interest.
an interest.
You said a bid.
Oh, let's split the hairs, Ross.
No, well, it's different. A bid and interest is totally different.
What I'm saying, all right, is that they've got invested interest in it. All right, so is Shirebox, so is South Norwood, so has Bolsover. All right, what Bolsover will do is they will look at the 4 principal towns, of which Clowne is one of them. All right, and they will make a decision on which one of goes forward.
Should we be lobbying Bolsover as a council to try and push ourselves forward with this? It's a fund of £25 million.
Well, no, it is. But
All we've done is carried an interest through from a previous application to a different grant.
Why, through you, Chair, why did for that, when we could get the developer to do most of what we're asking for through their Section 106, which we were successful in getting over £1 million out of the work they put in the first place.
This is £25 million. It's got nothing to do
So what
with
what you're saying here is that the expression of interest needs to be returned on the 22nd of March. That's the expression of interest. With phase 2 announced in the summer. So phase 2 would be in the summer. We need to fit into the political calendar.
Move that we agenda item it for the next meeting and ask councillors
To think of
of
anything
some
that they want to do.
schemes, all right, that will benefit or which we could consider going forward. That's the easiest thing.
Just hang on. What is it actually asking us? Is it asking us to think of schemes? Because I'm not a town planner. I'm not a planner. What's the matter?
Well,
It's actually only £25 million here and you're complaining. You've just gone on to you.
Don't you think it's been discussed what?
No, I don't. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. I've not even got full letter. This is a bid to put £25 million into Clowne. And all we're doing is putting an interest in.
It's money that's the Waltham District Council got allocated.
No, we haven't.
Well,
No,
they haven't. They've got a fund that they
That's what I'm
could be
saying.
getting.
Haven't got the fund.
Where was the fund? Where would the money
The
come
money's coming
from?
from central government, Chair.
Right.
As I've said, move that we agenda item it at the next meeting to come up with
suggestions
or
of what
ideas.
we'd like to do.
And it's not just asking us for, it's asking
It
for, what's it say, Steve? It's
We don't know.
something of interest, if you say.
It says that there's this, I mean, I've taken the key points and put it in.
Yeah.
It says expression of interests need to be returned on the 22nd of March. So I brought it to council to see whether there are any schemes you want to bring forward, only at outline stage. I don't think they need working up into specific detail, so that we can put an expression of interest in, and then it would be considered by the principal authority, which is Bolsover District Council, and they will make the decision as to which bid goes forward. And obviously I assume that they will have some regeneration criteria as to which town centre needs the most investment. But that's the reason I bought it. If you want to put an expression of interest in, that must be done by the 22nd of March, and it's a sizable strategic chunk of money that's available.
So I move that we, for the next meeting, we bring
Sorry,
forward
not
that,
seconded yet.
I'll second it.
I
That
propose
this
that
will-
we do it.
yeah.
And members go away and think of some suggestions, all right?
And bring them to the next
And you
meeting.
don't have to be a town planner through you, Chair. You don't have to be a town planner. You could see something and think, i.e. when the county council looked at the Greenway, something like that. Could be anything that's as simple as that, all right?
Yes,
I'd like to propose that we all meet up and discuss
You
this.
said that.
yeah, next council meeting.
No.
Just think of things that you can bring forward.
Can I finish the sentence? Honestly, this is just getting a bit silly now.
Go on, carry on.
Just a point of order again, please.
Carry on.
I'm not moving forward to stopping laughing at me.
Right, I'm moving business. Thank you.
Right, so,
Thank you.
What are we doing then?
Moving business.
I've got a move and a seconder.
Move business, seconded.
Go for the,
All in
go for the
favour?
meet on 4.
So councillor, it's been moving business. Have we got a seconder?
Yes.
Councillor Page. We've got a vote.
Doesn't need a vote.
so we're not...
Right,
taking
moving
all of
business,
that.
item agenda 12, applications, town planning.
Councillor Sort out.
You go down. The first one on the right hand side.
Oh, is
And
it?
then, that's Milky Way. Then the next one on the right.
9 o'clock.
Oh, you do, don't you?
Right, moving on, agenda 12, application for a storage unit at Beeston House, Milking Lane, Clowne, by Miss Alison Masters.
Milking Lane is the, if you go down Low Road, it's the first on your right hand side before Romley. It's only a little lane. It's up there, it's in the middle. I think it's prior notification from the erection. You'll get it anyway because it's agricultural.
So no comment.
Yeah, got it.
Second one, replacement recreational building for farming, machinery.
These are just notifications, you've already considered these,
That's it,
yeah.
then I can just skip through those.
Yeah.
You want to have that one then?
You want to move and second?
I went for a few.
Councillor Reid moved.
All in favour? I've moved on the...
Moving no comment
Moving
on
no
that
comment on the
application.
application.
Who's put it forward?
Councillor Reid, Councillor Stanton seconded. We're taking
All
vote.
against? Moving it? No? All in favour?
Obviously.
Just one abstain.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere.
Right, we'll wait for them.
It's one that's been granted
Access.
really, but it's been granted, so.
Much better than the
Becky's fancy.
What's that?
Becky's food. We've got salad boxes.
I don't need some, I don't need the...
Right, moving on to item 13 on the agenda. Accounts, creditors, payment.
Yeah, you've got a schedule, which,
We're already in, apologies, so you just need to sign there. We've got to put 725.
Right, any questions?
no, it's just doing it on the schedule.
Oh, real more.
No.
Oh, right.
Says Councillor Walker.
I'll just let you move, please. We've got redesign and print, £82.80. Community centre, design and print, drinks promotion and loyalty cards. So,
It's a promotion whereby if you bought a certain number of drinks, you got the next one free. Most places run doing it down here, but obviously it's a cost to the bar because you're giving a free drink at the end.
so we're doing 2 for 1 on beer?
No, it's one of those things like they
Like
have
if you go
at
to Costa,
McDonald's,
isn't it? Or
where you put the stamp on the car and after 6 stamps you get a free cup of coffee or a loyalty card. So we operated that here for a short time. But it is a cost to the authority, because obviously if you're getting the 7th drink free or whatever.
We drink free, so
I don't know.
2 or more free.
I don't know, because I
No,
don't
you
know
get
the
to
scheme.
no,
Right, now you get.
I'm just explaining.
Can we, is that all right to do that? Will that become council?
Not really, is it?
I hope we're not people that.
Yes, it's within the context of what the
Through you, Chair. Through you, Chair. Other hospitals are doing it, all right? Okay? So all we're doing is, at this time of year,
Really, long as
it's
she's got
to encourage people to come in and stay. Yeah.
So
It's only been done, it's only done on 3 days a week.
which other still, which other
Suggest
pubs are
you go
doing
and have a
it?
look. Suggest you go find out, like I did.
So you're not telling me?
That's it.
Well, we know.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, as long as the bar can afford it.
Yeah, just do it.
As long as the bar finances can afford it.
Turner Wilson to fit £622. £662, sorry.
Yeah.
Supply fit sections of plywood over 12 mil bricks. Weren't that included in their contract?
No.
No. The contract were to dig and excavate and brick line.
Yeah.
Then obviously we needed to cover them.
Right.
Well, make them safe.
The time was that we got, we were opting not.
Yeah. Both falling in.
Fitting defibs.
Yeah.
Have we got 3 quotes for that?
No.
We have to.
No. Not for that level of spend.
Right.
You have put about Clowne defibs.
But what I can say,
It's not planned defibs.
No, well, it is Clowne defibs, because the defibs in Clowne.
True.
You can't just say this
Can I ask
is
you?
defib.
Yes, Councillor.
These defibs are nothing to do with what I've signed a declaration of interest in, which is planned for defibs. Not this. This is the council's one. I presume it's council's. Yeah?
And if you've expressed a financial or personal interest in defibs, you ought not to be speaking about any others.
Chair.
So,
Just a point of information before Roy Cross starts. Clowne Parish Council agreed to supply 2 depots in support of what St John's or St John's Ambulance were doing in Clowne. So that's in support of it, all right? So we put our own to it, right? That's what we did, and that is the installations for that. So
Yeah.
technically, it is part of the same thing, all right? We're all doing the same type of thing.
Sorry.
We're supporting them, and I find that ignorant, but then again, that's what it's
Oh,
I
supporting.
apologise.
Right. So basically, what it is the village are going to benefit from
Yeah.
the fact that this council supported the St John's in putting in an extra 2.
Oh my God. So,
Oh,
back to
that's-
Can I
Yeah.
finish a full sentence?
Carry on.
Patterson's Electrical. It's not to do with any councillors in here, is it?
Oh, what?
No, it's
That's
asking
just
if
an
they're
electrical.
relatives of yours.
Yes.
It's your relative.
But Tony didn't know that he was fitting them.
Right, thank you.
It was Steve then.
It was a Clowne defib on behalf of the parish council.
So,
Yeah.
next question, thank you.
Move the report.
Payments and payments.
Can I just ask one question?
Quick
Yeah,
question.
Right, an independent stock take for community centre were done, is that done monthly or yearly? That one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 from bottom,
1, 2,
they were 6 weekly, they're now monthly.
they're now monthly. So there'll be regular monthly stock take, independent stock take, right?
Yeah.
Got that.
It's been moved.
Okay,
Chair.
move
I
seconded.
need a second, Chair.
Yes, yeah.
All in
Sorry.
favour? All against? Thank you.
Thank you.
Move it down.
So that'll be monthly, not 6 weeks. Stop that.
When can I ask questions on that?
Right, I've thanked the public for coming, and I'm now closing council and going into confidential. Thank
Can I
you.
just say something, what you said about parking earlier, up round the school? Can I tell you, the police do need to be informed, because people are breaking the law. You can shake your head, Terry. They're breaking the law because they're parking in front of a dropped curb. And that is against the law.
Well, we are sending a letter to them, so and we'll see what they
Just a
say.
point of order.
It's against the law.
Yes.
Thank you.
Confidential business.
Did it ring?
Confidential, please, open the letter. All in favour?